Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Remko Rinkema, and you are watching Run It Back, the show in which we watch old school poker action, sometimes with a guest, sometimes without. Today I am solo, and I promise you I have some cool guests lined up, but it's seemingly hard to coordinate all these efforts and making sure that everybody is here on time and can do it with me live. I only do live. If you can't make it on time, can't do the show. So that's one of the prerequisites to be on this show. All right, so what are we doing today on the show? If you're just tuning in for the very first time, I have been watching the Doubles Poker Championship over the last few weeks, and it is a poker show that I've never seen before. It is in the PokerGO archives. As you can see right now, the intro is rolling, and it's a show I've never seen before. So I want to share it with you guys. I want to watch it with you guys, and I want to just enjoy the show for what it is because I think the format is just fascinating, completely fascinating. Here's how it works. Everyone plays in pairs. You are randomly assigned a partner, and then the cards shift back and forth between you and your partner based on the street that you're playing. So let's say it's Phil Ivey and Phil Hellmuth. Ivey plays pre-flop, Hellmuth plays on the flop, turn, river, and so forth. So this creates for very interesting dynamics. Each team has one timeout for every sit and go that they play. Every sit and go is played with 4 pairs. You get points for your finishing positions, and then ultimately we move into the playoffs. These are episodes 7 and 8 that we are watching today. Please let me know where you're watching from. Please give this show a thumbs up so people, friends, and family can also find out that this is the good content you want to be watching. And also, for this special occasion, because it is the last last 2 or 3 rounds of qualifying, I am wearing my infamous Tournament of Champions visor from the 2004 WSOP, which I found at a thrift store probably about 10 years ago. Every now and then I break it out, and today felt like an appropriate moment. All right, so here's what we have going on. Match 13, 14, 15, and 16 are all going to be on today's show. So sit back, relax, enjoy it, and I will get you caught up on everything that's happening in the point standings because some players are already eliminated while others need a win to make it into the next round. There's a ton of stuff going on today. There's a ton of stuff going on. So please let me know if you're enjoying the content. Please engage with us in the chat. I already see Luciano and Giovanni in the chat on Facebook. I see Pat, I see Jeff, Manny, Hugo, Ryan, Wisco Baron in the house on YouTube, and I see Rounder for Life on Twitch. He's the soul. He's talking to himself on Twitch, guys. Come on, come hang out. All right, I appreciate you guys. As always, Lacey Jones is doing the introductions. Well, let me just take that job from you, Lacey, because I did a tally on the last show. I counted up all the points. I made a little list for myself, and I'll let you guys know what the standings are right now. All right, as we watch the action, I will turn up the volume if something crazy happens. But Johnny Chan, Eric Lindgren, Phil Galfond, Phil Gordon, and Huck Seed have already qualified for the playoffs. And the playoffs is the top 16 point getters, which means we have 8 pairs of 2, which means we have 2 rounds of 4. You're still with me? You're still following? All right. Here's how it's going to go. We have a bunch of players that need wins in order to make the next round. So I will keep you guys posted on those names and how they're doing. At the bottom of the list, we have 5 players who have already been mathematically eliminated from making the playoffs. Those players are Gus Hansen, Phil Hellmuth, Andy Duke, David Oppenheim, and Tom Dwan. Already have been eliminated. Keep in mind, it's a 10K win for each of these sit and goes, so 5K per player if you win one of these sit and goes. Then also, it's a 50K buy-in for this entire event, and there's $1 million up top for the winning team. At the end of the qualifying rounds, I know this is a lot to take in. Stay with me here. At the end of the qualifying rounds, you will be paired up with the player who is closest to you in points. So the number 1 and 2 are our team, 3 and 4, 4 and 5, and so on. The players and the teams with the most points get the biggest stack in the next round, giving them the best chance to make the finals. Woo! Wow. So there's a lot of stuff going on. I appreciate, I hope you guys appreciate my little bit of an explanation as we watch Total Leonidas and Chris Ferguson lay it down here so we didn't miss any of the action just yet. We are just getting settled in here on the Doubles Poker Championships as we are getting ready for the playoffs. Next time on the show, we'll do playoffs, we'll do finals and all that good stuff. Here's the leaderboard as well that I just went over with you guys. As you guys can see, Lindgren and Seed are in this round. The yellow players need a lot more points as of right now. By the way, the top 16 gets into this tournament. We have Harmon, we have Gavin Smith, and Chris Ferguson as well in this round. Pat, you're confused on YouTube. I understand. Please send me any questions. Send me any questions you have. We have love from Portugal. We have love from Chicago. I appreciate that. Let's see what else is going on. If you are confused, I understand. It's a lot to take in. We have Guzel, we have Liam, we have Francesco, we have Rudy, Brooklyn in the house. I appreciate it. That is awesome. All right, let's just settle down for a second. Take a sip of our drink and just watch a poker hand.
Kamikaze. That, by the way,
I'm zen. I'm completely zen.
For this poker game is kind of out of 10. It's out of 10.
You're top 5 in that department. They don't call you the duster for no reason.
Yeah.
Well, you heard it. Huckleberry raises it up to 2,300. Leonidas calls. Harmon not going to play.
Why, you get more chips or something, right, if you have more points?
More chips, you get matched up with somebody with more chips.
Right.
9, 5, 8. Open-ended for Seed and Duke. Leonidas and Ferguson with the best of it right now. They've got ace high. They also have backdoor diamonds and a gut shot. But if they hit their straight, the 7 would actually make Seed and Duke a bigger straight.
Ferguson maybe thinks this is a good flop to make a move on.
Well, that's what it looks like, and he does make the move, 11,000.
Wow, big move here from Ferguson.
Back over to Duke.
She has to play for the win. Oh, wait, she's already out, by the way. Insignificant for Annie Duke, by the way. Here she goes.
And Duke pushes. Look at that.
Strong play by Duke. Annie's been taking advantage of Chris's relatively high bluffing frequencies.
Well, it's interesting. Duke has nothing to lose, and Duke knows Ferguson needs to win.
Exactly. In this round, we'll see points dynamics influence decisions much more than in previous rounds.
Spot on there from
Ferguson lets it go.
the commentators. By the way, Brandon Adams and David Tuckman on the commentary. If you don't enjoy my banter, if you don't enjoy fun, if you hate smiling, you can go to PokerGo.com right now and watch all this action without me talking over it. That's the deal we have here. I talk, you guys have fun, we enjoy, we go back and forth, and we make fun of some of the plays we see, and we call out things as we see them. If you don't enjoy any of that stuff, and most importantly, if you don't enjoy smiling, you go to PokerGo.com right now. If you're new to PokerGo, use the promo code HSP to take $20 off your annual subscription. We have a new episode of Poker After Dark dropping every Monday night and a new episode of High Stakes Poker dropping every Wednesday night. So last night was Poker After Dark. Tomorrow night is going to be High Stakes Poker. Don't miss out. This visor, by the way, not available in the PokerGo shop, but a lot of other stuff is available, and there's some really cool new merch available. If you go to PokerGoShop.com, you get 10% off your total purchase if you use the promo code REMKO, R-E-M-K-O. That is my first name. By the way, don't forget to hit that like button. I really appreciate it. All right, let's listen in. We have Ace-9 suited for Harmon and Smith.
It's a great hand, but a re-raise would be awkward.
Send it over, partner. About time.
I know how bad Eric is after the flop.
All right, 10 deuce off.
Good.
No problem.
Jen's hands.
That's all hearts. Duke gives Seed a look.
I can't believe you send me cards like this.
They would have flopped the jack-high flush.
That's how it's going to be.
Harmon's in a challenging spot. Raise is tough. She could be buried right now. She'll probably just call.
That's exactly what she does.
Gavin
She
Smith
calls.
needs a second place in order to advance. Jennifer Harmon needs a win to advance.
3 of clubs on the turn.
So they need a win. They need to win to
Opie
advance.
might want to bluff this one.
Kind of a semi-bluff of sorts. They do have the heart in their hand.
Yeah, exactly. It's a semi-bluff. If they hit the flush, they'll probably bet it on the end.
Well, he's going to check. Ace of spades on the river. And if you're Harmon, how do you play this?
I like a check. Give the other side a chance to bluff. So often, Harmon's going to have something like the Queen 10 with a heart here.
You gotta be you didn't bet the turn.
Well,
What the hell are you doing?
I think I saved us.
Are you crazy? They had an ace. They were gonna fold.
I think I saved us.
No, that was the dumbest.
When was the last time Gavin Smith has folded?
Gavin was gonna fold for sure. They have an
out of
ace.
your
Show us
mind?
the ace. We're out. We're out.
I was
not
I was
folding.
upset.
You were
that-
folding.
I
I
was
was
upset
not.
he didn't push on the turn.
I was
by
not
the way.
folding.
You wanted to call and then just push.
Eric. I mean, you see what just
Are you
happened.
trying-
I just saved.
You were trying to
I
beat-
just saved to your point.
You were trying to beat somebody else
and
by
you know
playing that hand in the first
how
place.
unlucky. You know how unlucky. I looked at one card when I raised that.
Because
and it
why
was,
wouldn't you just
it
look
was
at
the
one
best
card? Because that's such an advantage to
Well,
our team and
I mean-
our whole thing we're trying to build here.
Oh my God.
I mean, you just want
It's
to
a-
just you want to just.
It's a
lash
wonder
off
you
our
had
fans?
any points coming into this match.
I got him 4.
David Openbein, by the way, is already eliminated mathematically, while Eric Lindner has already qualified for the semifinal. So all they're playing for right now is the 10K prize for this specific sit and go. By the way, if you want to see this format again, let me know in the chat. The powers at be are probably watching, and if they see enough love for this show, because I certainly love it, I think we should have a pro-am event in this style. It would be a lot of fun to watch. We have Kentucky in the house. Jeeton, thanks for watching. We have Matt in the house calling it out as it is. I appreciate that. Ryan, Enzo, what else? Daniel Kim says, oh, Daniel Kim is begging for likes. I appreciate that. We need more likes. That's always a good thing. I love that. What else? What else we got going on here? Man, so many things going on in the chat. I'm behind. I'm really far behind. Wisco Baron says, no offense, that could be the ugliest visor ever created. Just you wait until I turn it upside down. That's when it gets real funky out here. Let's see. All right, let's listen to this hand while I get caught up on chat.
Opie and Lindgren have flopped a flush draw, while Harmon and Smith have a whole bunch of nothing.
Almost a mandatory bet for Jennifer.
I got a good idea, Chris, for this game. Each person gets to look at one card, but they can't talk. So you see one, and you play alternate streets.
And you alternate streets.
You only got one card.
That's interesting. Maybe Omaha or something.
Yeah, Omaha, you get 2 each.
Yeah, you get 2 each in Omaha. That would be funny.
You share 2 and you get 1 each, maybe.
One person has like the deuce 8 and has to decide if the other person has the ace in their hand.
We're on.
Strong semi-bluff from Lindgren.
Big action.
That's enough to take the pot down.
I just set it up. The alley.
All right, so just so you guys know, Lindgren and Oppenheim are not playing for anything in this sit and go besides that 10K prize, so they're definitely going crazy. What else we got going on? Mitch is not a fan of the PAD with Hellmuth's friends. I personally love seeing Hellmuth getting absolutely destroyed by his friends. I always think that's a good look. I do think that Hellmuth is one of the world's greatest nits, and if he ever gets back on the show, I will call him out for it because I think we're going to have him back on running back in the near future.
The 1987 Montana All-State basketball team. There was only 11 guys in all of Montana, but hey, he was All-State.
What was really going on there is a hustling of prop bets.
Green Bay in the house. Gerald, thank you so much for watching. Your Packers are still in the playoffs, right? I got that right? Who we like in the playoffs next week? Give me some hot NFL takes. I appreciate it.
Over to Duke with the suited connector. This is one of those hands that looks so pretty, but you kind of need a lot of chips to play it profitably, don't you?
I basically agree with that, but in position, I think she can call here.
Well,
Nice
in
looking flop.
position, they flopped an open-ended straight draw. Lindgren and Oppenheim with the wheel.
Lindgren looking very serious.
Alley-oop it to Dave.
Yeah, he's sending me a lot of air balls over here.
You gotta remember what Dave might do. You gotta be careful.
My belief is that you should never talk in a pot. It's almost never good for you.
Well, some of the best in the game, they try to get you to talk.
Exactly. You almost always incriminate yourself.
Well, Lindgren bet 6,500 over to Huck Seed.
I just don't want to hear you complain at Dave like that he messed it up, so I'll let you make all the decisions here.
And for all intents and purposes, Huck Seed is pushed.
Timeout. No, I'm kidding. We're on.
Lindgren's all in with the wheel.
Okay. It's not good news for me.
Huck Seed is pot committed. He's going to make this call.
Yeah. He's calling for sure.
got-
You're calling if you have.
Yeah.
We got the babies. Babies, right? Just another alley.
Wow.
From Oppenheim.
So this is a very insignificant clash between two teams that have already they already know their fate for the playoffs. Annie already out, Huck already advanced, Eric already advanced, Oppenheim already out.
Bad news is there's no clubs out there, though.
The good news is you somehow have outs.
Pot nearly 100,000 chips.
Oh, God, look at that. It was so
was
close. There were so
very
many
close.
spots on it.
I would like to see another medium club.
Yeah, that would be good.
Showtime, baby. Magic Johnson and Kareem, man.
Lindgren and Oppenheim, their tournament life on the line. Here's the river. It's the king of clubs. Lindgren and Oppenheim do survive. Seed.
All right, big double up there for Lindgren and Oppenheim. Lots of love for the Rams in the chat. Where's that coming from? Don't they have like no quarterbacks left? Let's see. I hope the Browns do well. That's also something that I'm looking forward to, just because they haven't really done it in a long time. We got, let's see what else we got going on. All right, by the way, we are at the Golden Nugget for the taping of this show, which was filmed back in 2010. This is old school stuff, throwback, before Black Friday, before online poker was banned. So that's why you see all those patches on these players. Of course, Full Tilt Poker, a major sponsor of this show, they're no longer a thing. Sadly, Black Friday made it all crumble down. All right, we got a big all in again.
Seed and Duke. Deuce,
What are you
deuce,
talking
eight.
about, man? We got flush draws, we got straight draws. Are you out of your mind?
Well, there's the straight draw. 9 of spades on the turn. What color is the sky in Opie's world?
It's always black.
You guys got 2 outs. 10s or 6s can't come, so it's either 7.
10 of diamonds on the river. Opie knew it. He just knew something was going to come. He knew he was going to win the hand. And just
All right, see you later, Annie Duke. See you later, Huckseed. 0 points. They have been eliminated from this heat. Like I said before, Annie Duke already eliminated from making the playoffs, and Huckseed has already advanced. He already has 40 points, so he is totally safe to move on to the next round. All right, here we have Harmon and Smith. Ace-Queen suited. That's, of course, a big hand. This is a turbo format sit and go, so expect to see a lot of shoves, a lot of all-ins, and a lot of big moves.
she's going to shove all of her chips in there.
What happened?
Wow, I think this might be a smart play. She only needs to move up one spot in the point standing.
It could be blood.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
She's walked into ace-king.
Coolerville.
Leonidas makes the call with big slick.
That's all right. Wow. For them.
That's how we got busted last night.
And Harmon obviously pushing there, so she didn't get any action.
Exactly. She only needs second to move to the semifinals.
That's strong.
I think we're gonna make a flush.
9-7.
A little bit lucky.
Well, Gavin's confident the flush is going to come. Well, two clubs out there. Well, Leonidas pairs his king. Leonidas and Ferguson need to win this match to have a chance to make the playoffs.
I think we'll hit it right away.
They have to avoid a club.
You like that flop, boys?
They do.
10 of diamonds on the turn. Toto and Jesus
Keep it interesting.
need to avoid a jack as well now. They do. It's the king of spades. Toto and Jesus survive.
All right, double up for Team Toto Jesus. Let's see if they can win this heat. As I've mentioned before, this is some throwback content. If you're just tuning in, don't forget to like this video. I really appreciate it. It's all I need. It is the only currency I accept for doing this show twice a week. And I wish I could spoil some names of the guests that I've queued up, but there are some big names that have already confirmed. Sam Trickett is going to be on the show. Anyway, yeah, you guys got to keep tuning in and keep liking the video and subscribing to the channel and making sure to not miss one because we got some good ones coming up.
Taking advantage of the fact that Jin just needs to move up one spot.
Gavin Smith to speak. Well, he's going to stick his last 8 big blinds in the pot and see what happens.
Not sure Jennifer would have done the same thing. I can't blame Gavin. From his perspective, it makes sense, but from Jen's perspective, it doesn't.
Remember, Gavin Smith needs a win, while Jennifer Harmon needed second place. Action over to Chris Ferguson. He's got 2 sevens. He's going to make the call.
Maybe.
Toto likes it.
Why did that take so long? I didn't just say I call.
Gavin almost a little bit annoyed that Jesus took that long.
I think Ferguson was just being precise. He wanted to have an exact count out.
Deuce 3 ace.
God, I tried to have an ace.
Harmon and Smith pick up a pair of 3s, but that's not enough. They need a king or a 3 to survive. No help yet.
It's gumball again. Pair the board.
You like gambling, don't you?
You're nuts, Toto.
A king or a 3 on the river, or Harmon and Smith are history. They are indeed history. The ace of hearts on the river seals their fate. They are out of round 4. Gavin Smith is out of the doubles poker championship. Jennifer Harmon, well, She's going to have to bite her nails and bide her time. She's going to need a miracle to make the playoffs. Heads Up is next.
All right, so we have Gavin Smith now also eliminated. RIP. Gavin, we miss you. It's a sad thing that he's no longer with us. He was always such a colorful character in the world of poker, and we won't see any more of him here on the Doubles Poker Championship. All right.
Which would give him and his teammate a big advantage going into the semis. Time for Heads Up.
Thanks, Lacey. Of course, Lacey is referring to Eric's next teammate. Opie won't be joining him.
I think it'd be pretty close. I think it would be close.
Opie now just playing for the 5,000 he'll get if they win.
Ferguson raises it up. He only looks at one card.
But in this case, a king is enough.
I understand that, but is it really that much effort to peel 2 cards?
These guys get bored. They like to sweat a little bit.
Fair enough. Well, Oppenheim looked at both cards, and I think he likes them both.
He's taking so much, Eric. What's his budget?
Scared.
Ferguson pulled the poker equivalent of the no-look pass.
Wow.
Little sherbet on top.
Don't look at the second one.
Come on, Chris.
Don't look at the second one.
Well, if Opie knew that Ferguson had only looked at one card, his best play would have been to raise to 25 and then call a push.
I like the second one.
Yes, we're in bad shape anyway, I think. I think we have 0. Oh, no. We were okay. Wow.
Well, anyway, it happens. It was going to play out the same way. Oppenheim raised it up. Ferguson pushes all in. Oppenheim makes the call. And the man with the cowboy hat has the Cowboys.
Wow. That's so sweet when that comes to second king.
This is the second time I rolled aces in my first match.
Oh, yeah.
5-5-3.
Our chances have gone
More 5s, buddy.
Well, Toto and Chris need a win to advance. This will go a long way towards that.
If they can avoid the ace on the river, it will.
Ace. They're going to send them all over blue.
Deuce of spades on the river.
All right, so Toto and Chris stay alive in this event. They need a win to advance, while Oppenheim and Lindgren aren't playing for anything anymore, besides, of course, the 10K that they would split if they end up winning this heat in the action. All right, by the way, it's time right now for you guys to all let me know where you're watching from, because I think it's time to do some shout-outs. I appreciate everyone watching, as always. I appreciate all the love for my beautiful visor. I'm still looking for one of those green ones, you know, the see-through green ones. That the dealers used to wear at the WSOP. Shout out to the 04 WSOP, which is all available on PokerGO, by the way, which is one of my favorite years to ever watch. So yeah, let me know where you're watching from, and I'll give you guys a shout out, a holler, to make sure that we are all just connecting here on Run It Back. Let's see if they got a walk here or what. Ferguson and Leonidas are winning. Ohio in the house, I see. Thank you so much. We have Texas in the house. We have the UK with us, as always. Jeanette, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Pat is watching from Mohegan Sun. I didn't know that they were offering poker already again. King Rich is watching from his living room. Wow, shout out to your living room. That is probably a good card room as well, depending on online or live events. Turkey in the house. Pastramieville, as always. Mitch, thank you so much. Dubai watching the show. Who's this? Singapore in the house. Jason, thank you so much for watching. NC in the house. Nikki is here with us. Let's see where this hand goes, by the way.
Eric knows this is close.
All right. There you go.
Well, he's going to gamble.
I can't blame him. I would have called there.
Yeah, unfortunately for Lindgren and Oppenheim, they are in bad shape. They are dominated. Queen 10 against Queen 9.
That's close. Just fold.
But like you said, it's a spot where you make the call if you have Queen 9, right?
Yeah, if you think the other guy is playing as aggressively as he should be, you should call.
Well, the flop will tell all.
Yeah, it's a good flop.
Well,
All right, just 3 9s are the outs for Lindgren and Oppenheim, and otherwise, this heat will go to Toto and Chris, who will then advance to the playoffs. We have Portland, Maine in the house. Nikki's asking, is this from 2010? Yes, it is. This is old school action. 10 on the river there. The win goes to Toto and Jesus here. Delaware in the house. We have Virginia in the house. what else we go? Brazil, Andre, thank you so much for watching. James, Ireland, but living in the UAE. Thank you, James, for watching. All right, here are the results from match 13. We're going to roll straight into match 14. We have so much poker action still to come here on the Doubles Poker Championship on Run Back. By the way, there's Annette. There's David Benyamine. Who we got here? Cunningham. We have Chewy. We have, I've never heard of this guy before. Justin Smith in the house. Mike Matisow. And, of course, there he is, the legend himself, Mr. Phil Ivey, coming up in the next round. So, yeah, we have a win for Toto and Chris, which means that they are going to advance to the next round. And then we have Dwan, who's already eliminated. We have Matisow, who can still advance, but he needs a win. Cunningham and Ivey are looking sharp. Same for Chewy and Justin Smith. And then our final pairing, we have Benyamine and Obrestad. Obrestad already sort of safe. And then Benyamine needs a few more points, and he could also sneak into the playoffs. This is the final show where we're getting closer to the playoffs. Next week, if I am not able to lock down Sam Trickett, because he said he's going to be on the show, next week we're going to watch the playoffs and the finals of this very show.
Tom Dwan takes a look at one card. Once again, this one card theme continuing.
Yeah, don't try this at home. I think Dwan figures he can raise almost any 2 cards profitably here. A lot of players behind him just need to move up in the rankings to advance to the semifinals.
I hate them new full tilt pros. They just come in thinking they own us and stuff, raising us.
Well, Lichtenberger's got reason to raise. He raised with ace-king. Well, Dwan's got a pair of 7s.
See you, Mike.
This is going to be very close.
Doubling up the first center going out's not bad either.
Mike, what do you need? What do you need to win?
We need a win, baby.
Mike is out too. You have how many points?
15.
You need a win?
Yeah, I have Phil locked for 1 round.
We're all in.
There we go.
Yes.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Awesome.
I got it in ahead, buddy.
Buddy? All right, we can win a flip.
For the people who are just tuning in and are unaware, Matisow needs a win to advance, so Tom Dwan is swinging for the fences. Meanwhile, Dwan himself has already been eliminated, so he's basically playing for Matisow. Justin Smith and Lucky Chewy have a lot more points, so they have less to worry about. But of course, you're never going to fold Ace King. Let's look at the showdown. Let me know in the chat who you are rooting for.
Mike, one of us is in a good spot after this hand. I like this. I like this a lot.
I never got to play a hand. Well, we're gonna.
This couldn't be any better for me because I got 31, so
Ace 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'm like super happy.
One card when I raise.
That's a good door card. That is a good door card there, Tom. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm gonna laugh so hard if you lose.
How can you lose? Ace,
I always do root against Mike when
Ace
he
King,
does that,
yeah,
so I think I am rooting against myself. How can I lose?
Ace on the turn. Nice, good flat.
If you think about it,
All I'm asking
you're
for.
going 30,000 to win this match.
No, we only get 10,000, right?
Oh, Mike, it's gonna feel so good.
How much do I win if I win the match? I want to know what I'm rooting for.
5,000.
I'll pull the old one just to help Mikey.
Nah, I'm not worried about it. Nobody can beat.
Sounds like a king would be utility maximizing.
Can I just like?
That is a pretty funny card though.
Anyone have a king or a 9?
Doink.
Oh man, we need one more pound for that one. Boom, send it.
Poor Mike. At least this didn't happen online.
Play good.
Mike will have some time to process what just happened before seeing the next hand.
Oh my God.
He is stunned.
Mike the Mouth left speechless. Well, there's a first. Runner, always funner.
Hold on, that was incredible. That was absolutely incredible. We got to see that again. Come on, this is running back. We can do whatever we want. There's no rules. Let's just watch this river card one more time. Mike Matisow thinks he has it all locked up, going on his way to the playoffs with a massive stack if he wins this hand. And then this happens.
I have a king or a 9?
Doink.
Oh man, we need one more pound for that one. Boom, send it.
Poor Mike. At least this didn't happen online.
Oh my God.
Mike will have some time to process what just happened before seeing the next hand.
Oh my God.
I'm so happy.
He is stunned.
All right, see you later. Mike Matisow and Tom Dwan both eliminated from contention in the Doubles Poker Championship. 0 points for them as Chewy and Justin Smith basically receive a double up here right off the top of the deck at the beginning of this heat. Wow.
By calling with the
That was
ace-king,
incredible.
Considering he only needed to avoid finishing in last.
I think I like his play. With 35 points, he's almost certainly in the playoffs. It is true that third place would have locked him up a spot. But if you're not going to take a stand with ace-king, what are you going to take a stand with?
Fair enough. Well, Benyamine's going to raise it up with ace-king. Action on Lichtenberger. Or Lishi, as I like to call him now. He's going to call with the ace-6. 5, 6, ace, top pair, top kicker for Obrestad and Benyamine.
Wow.
But Justin Smith and Lichtenberger with top 2.
Well, that's just silly. This is an extreme cooler situation.
Justin Smith checks. Annette reaching for chips. And why wouldn't she? She's going to bet 3,600.
She would love to see a raise here.
Well, that's exactly what she's going to see. She gets the raise.
There's some merit to just pushing here. Probably get called with the ace-queen, the ace-jack, maybe even the ace-10. If they're semi-bluffing you with an open-in straight draw or a gut shot, they can't call.
We can see that they would call, though. They have top 2 pair. Aces and 6s. Obrestad makes the call. Pot now 22,100 chips. Turn is the 8 of clubs.
Big hand,
really
guys.
Like Annette's play of just calling there, but it's going to be challenging for Benyamine.
Lishi doesn't slow down. That's 14,400. Over to Benyamine.
I would tend to call in his spot.
Time.
Wow. Timeout. If you're new to the show, this is the Doubles Poker Championship. You get 1 timeout per couple per round. So this is Benyamine and Obrestad talking about the action. Let's listen in on their strategic analysis of this spot. And we've seen Obrestad completely obliterate Huck's seat in the past. So I wonder what she has to say to David Benyamine.
I was really hoping you do that. I have a bad feeling. I think we should fold. If they raised a flat, would have got where they got there. They know we have an ace. I think we should fold. I really think they have a better hand.
Wow. She's spot on.
How would they play ace-10?
I think they would just call the flop. They would just fold. Yeah, 10 seconds.
Well, get there. You mean like...
Just
fold. No.
Wow. Wow.
Amazing instincts by Annette and a strongly voiced opinion.
Benyamine's not so sure, though.
Seems very weak to fold ace-king to a bet here.
Oh my
Benyamine is in
God.
your school of thought.
Hold on. We're going to get an Annette Obrestad blow up depending on how this hand plays out on the river. If you're a fan of the show, if you've seen this before, you know what's about to happen. Annette was spot on in her read. It gave me chills. She is so smart, and especially back in these days, she was one of the best players around. I mean, I cannot wait to see what happens here after she just told Benyamine to fold and he calls.
Benyamine's not so sure, though.
Seems very weak to fold ace-king to a bet here.
Wow. I love this hand already. Annette
Benyamine is in your school of thought.
is going to unleash.
He makes the call.
She's going to go nuts.
Needs a king or an 8 on the river to win this.
Really impressive instincts by Annette.
3 of spades on the river. Changes nothing. Smith to speak.
We're on.
And he's all in.
Just as we would expect.
I don't know if you're expecting me to call or not, but...
Wow, it's really tough to fold there. She's getting quite a price.
So you guys see what happens here? Benyamine calls on the turn knowing that Annette wanted to fold. But it's Annette's turn to make a decision on the river, which complicates things to like a whole new level. This is just absolutely insane because Benyamine is basically calling, hoping for a king because he knows that Annette didn't want to call to begin with. So why is he calling the turn if he knows that she's going to fold? I mean, this is just... I just don't understand what Benyamine is doing there.
Just a great read.
Lichty and Smith stack the chips, while Benyamine and Obrestad will have to wait to see who was right.
He just literally gave the chips away. He knew this was going to happen. Like, are you kidding me? This is amazing. All right, we got some shouts here. King Rich in the house on Twitch. We have Avi Gable watching from Israel. We have Big Squirrel Nuts watching as always on Twitch. I appreciate that. Let's see. Michael says, this show is better than I would have thought. Never watched it in the past. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm watching it right now, because this show is so much better than what I gave it credit for. I never gave it a fair chance. Now we're watching all of it, and I just love the format. I have the points in front of me. We're just watching the action. We have Annette just absolutely ripping on everyone. She was definitely the best of the best back in these days, back in 2010. We have Ivy and Cunningham. We have Chewy with Booster J, and then we have Benyamine with Obrestad here battling in the heat. And at the end of today's running back show, we will know who is going to be in the playoffs here of this event that has $1 million first prize. And I've never seen it before, so I don't even know what's going to happen, which is kind of great as well.
Shape right now. He's very muscular. So just lose all his muscle. And then
9, 6, 10, couple of clubs out there. Both teams the straight draw.
A gutter for Benyamine and Obrestad, a double gutter for Lichtenberger and Smith.
Very interesting turn card. Obrestad and Benyamine have hit their straight. They also have the 7 of clubs to boot. Lichtenberger and Smith with a pair of 8s right now.
Yeah, Queen 8 is very tough to play on a board like this.
he promises that he is not going. He promises he's not going to try to win the bet as much.
Smith decides to bet. I agree with that play.
He's going to avoid dying for this bet. He promises. That's pretty
What a good decision.
Obrestad thinking about how to maximize value.
Head on shoulders, right?
Remember, when check on the flop, this turn card changes everything, though.
All in.
And Obrestad is all in.
Trying to get value from a 7.
Almost as if she's trying to confuse her opponent.
Make it look like a semi-bluff with maybe the jack of clubs.
Time. I hate to call that too.
I got a question. Before you start the clock, can I figure out how much more it is? Is that allowed? Cool.
Sharp from Chewy.
I feel like you might be better in this spot than I would be.
All right.
How much is it? 16 more? 7, 12 in the pot.
I mean, he's just checking back like so many 7s on the flop, but I feel like she's just gonna jam on the turn when it looks like she could shuffle draw. I don't know.
When she what?
I feel like they're checking back so many 7s on the flop that she's just gonna shove when it looks like they can have a draw, and we can call with a lot of pair plus draws and 2 pairs and stuff. I don't know. Also,
Expecting it to show worse.
No, I guess it's
What about with like relevant stack sizes? Do you think we should fold?
I think it's a fold, yeah.
Do you think it's close over here?
Yeah, definitely.
Love Lishy's brain.
Yeah, he reasons that a 7 is very likely here.
This timeout produces partners that are on the same page. Smith mucks. Annette's overbet doesn't fool Lishy.
So the funny part is that you can see Benyamine is genuinely frustrated. That's because he is the old school guy. He is basically a bit too results oriented. I'd love to have him on the show to talk about. Oh wait, I want to hear this. I want to hear what they're saying. Hold on, let me go back just a second.
I'm pretty sure, we can figure out each other pretty fast, I asked her and I begged her not to scream at me as she screamed at my friend Herc, because she scared him.
Why did you raise the turn?
Because we had the best hand.
I disagree. Just go with that.
I thought we were going to get along in this match.
There's no reason to raise the turn there. Wow. Absolutely not. I disagree.
You're getting yelled at. I'm getting yelled at.
Me and Huck, I guess we just have different opinions on how to play some hands. Because I know a lot of live players are very into like race to see where I'm at. Stuff that online players usually don't do.
I'm on.
Oh, God, I knew it. Dude.
I didn't.
I knew he was strong when he lived there. What are you doing? I'm mad at you.
I think it's just a challenge of really being able to trust your teammate. But I think if I had someone who I didn't know anything about their game, then I think I would have a much harder time playing with someone like that.
Annette certainly.
By the way, let me know in the chat who your favorite player has been on all these episodes of the Doubles Poker Championship. I think Annette Obrestad is by far my favorite player on this show. She's just absolutely killing it. Her reads are spot on. She is calling out Huck Seed. She's calling out David Benyamine. She's on a tear. I think it's just awesome to have her on the show. And this is a side of her I've never seen before, so I'm happy that I got a chance to watch this all with you guys.
King Jack 5. Interesting flop. Obrestad is open-ended. Cunningham with top pair. Obrestad tosses her chips in there like an online player. Cunningham gonna raise it up. And Obrestad calls.
Interesting line from Annette. She bet out, hoping to take down the pot. She got raised. Rather than semi-bluff push, she decides to just call.
Well, she called for that. 9 of clubs on the turn. And Benyamine and Obrestad with the nuts right now. King high straight.
Ivey not one to get trapped in that spot.
Yeah, he checks. A little bit of pot control. 9 of diamonds on the river. And suddenly, what was the nuts just a couple of seconds ago is far from it. Full house is out there, flush is out there.
Annette's pretty sure she's best, just trying to figure out how to get max value.
She checks.
It's close. A lot of players would bet, try to get value from a king or a jack.
I'm gonna call time.
Ooh, Ivey in the
Thomas
timeout.
Edison.
All right, the last time this happened, when Ivey went into a timeout, I basically started crying because that was the first time I've ever heard Ivey talk strategy. So I'm going to turn it up a little bit more to see if we can hear Ivey's thoughts on this hand. Just to summarize, we have a straight for Benyamine and Obrestad, and we have just top pair for Ivey and Cunningham.
Albert Einstein of the poker world talked this one out.
So you're gonna check raising, or what's he gonna call him jack?
I don't think she would check raise you there because I think it's very likely she might call you. I mean,
it's kind of a long call with a jack here. It's kind of a long call with a jack for her, I think. You calling 10,000?
I checked over the flop. It looked like.
You like 10,000?
I think you should bet. I mean, I don't know if she's gonna check raise.
Ivey and Cunningham
10,000.
decide to bet 10,000.
Cool.
Cunningham not happy when Obrestad insta calls.
Clearly she had that line planned out.
Annette getting the best of 2 of the best.
All right, Annette Obrestad continues her dominance as Phil Ivey and Cunningham do not reach the proper conclusion there for that hand. Action still continues here on the Doubles Poker Championship. We got some swag to give away. Sadly, not my visor. That's mine. If you go to our Instagram page, instagram.com/PokerGo, or of course to the Instagram app itself and search for us, make sure to give us a follow. And on the most recent post that we have on our Instagram page, which is the beautiful High Stakes Poker logo, I want to know from you guys, each and every one of you, who do you want to see on High Stakes Poker? Which player that you've never seen on High Stakes Poker before do you want to see on the show? We are, of course, airing new episodes of High Stakes Poker every Wednesday night. If you're new to our PokerGo service, use the promo code HSP to take $20 off the annual subscription. And I'm asking this because we want to tape more episodes of High Stakes Poker in 2021, and we want to know from you guys who you want to see on the show. And we're doing a giveaway that is attached to that. So we have some swag bags to give away for the people who are commenting on our Instagram post. I think we have 3 bags to give away today, 3 swag bags. While we have an all-in going on, by the way, 6s versus ace-3, but a set for Chewy.
Are all but eliminated.
Can you get us in drawing line?
They need running cards.
Don't say how can I lose, because or else.
Well, they can't lose anymore. The Queen of Clubs means that Ivey and Cunningham are drawing dead and will be eliminated in 3rd place, each of them getting 4 points. Not the result Ivey was looking for. After 4 matches, he got a 1st, a 2nd, a 3rd, and a 4th, which adds up to 35 points. should probably get him into the playoffs, but we're not sure yet. He's going to have to sweat it out.
All right, Ivey's going to have to sweat it out to make the next round. Of course, Alan Cunningham already certain of a spot in the playoffs. To summarize my promotional spiel that I was just holding, please comment on our latest Instagram post. Let us know who you want to see on High Stakes Poker in 2021, and we will do a random draw for a giveaway to give away some PokerGo swag bags. And also, let me see here as Neha, my lovely assistant here on the show, let me know about the winners from last week. We have Margarita, we have Manny Boyd Tellum, and Caleb R. Aper won. He is, those are the three winners from the last giveaway on the Rick Solomon photo. So just so you guys know, we are doing these things for real giveaways. PokerGo on Instagram. Give us a follow. All right, another all in here. Let's listen in.
Like it.
Good luck, David.
Certainly doesn't like a quick call like that. But considering he got called so quickly, he's not in bad shape. He has overs. Smith needs a win to secure a spot in the playoffs. Lichtenberger already in.
A Million Words says, I want Remko on High Stakes Poker. We'll have to start a GoFundMe to get me anywhere near the table. I might need to GoFundMe for the Uber money.
Another set. 3, 10, 8. A set of 8s for Obrestad. Top pair for Smith and Lichtenberger.
I guess we could do it again.
They need runners.
Yeah, king or a club. Just give them a sweat.
We've seen it today.
Yeah.
We've seen Willers in that. No.
Oh.
Well, it's a club.
Wow, big sweat.
Telling you guys, not today.
One more club out there for Smith and Lichtenberger, or they will be eliminated.
It's time for the repeat. Oh.
Nope, it's the ace of spades.
Damn, guys.
Obrestad and Benyamine fill up. 8's full of aces, and they take it down.
Impressive win by Benyamine. He needed a win, and he got it.
Benyamine and Obrestad survive an early disagreement to close out match 14, and they are both in. Justin Smith's 3 second places, probably not enough.
Get ready.
All right, so we have the action unfolding here as following. Just based off of these results just now, we have Annette Obrestad locked into the next round, as well as Lucky Chewy locked into the next round. And it looks as though Justin Smith won't make it, even though he has 3 second-place finishes. David Benyamine also locked into the playoffs. I think we have 2 heats left here on the show today, and we have a few more players that we've never seen before, including Mr. Phil Hellmuth.
World champions. 3 in this match, including Johnny Chan, who has won 3 in a row. I spoke to Johnny earlier, and he told me the key has been patience. He's not gambling with draws, and the cards have been there for him. Tonight, Johnny tries to go 4 for 4. I also caught up with Phil Hellmuth. He's eliminated, but he said he's going to play the way Vivek Rajkumar wants him to play. We'll see how that works out.
Yes, we will. Thank you, Lacey. It's an interesting dynamic at this table. We have Gus Hansen, the crazy madman Gus, who's really playing for nothing but pride and $5,000. You have to wonder what Gus is going to bring to the table.
Well, the $5,000 should be motivation enough. Gus is going to really want to win this. I would expect him to be the aggressor all the time, put the pressure on the other players who are trying to move up the ranks.
Phil Hellmuth is one of the players who's not trying to move up. He's already been eliminated.
All right, so just so you guys know, Hellmuth is already eliminated. Vivek can still make it, so Vivek and Hellmuth are the pairing. Johnny Chan is leading the way, and Gus Hansen has already been eliminated. So for them, this doesn't really matter. It's just for seeding purposes if Johnny were to pick up some extra points. And the other players all can still win, but I think they need wins in this format. We're watching the Doubles Poker Championship, which is all available on PokerGo if you want to watch it without my commentary. And of course, this was taped back in 2010. So this is more than 10 years old. This is some old school action. There's $1 million first prize. These are the final few rounds of the qualifying matches, and then we will go into the playoffs. And as I said before, it's a $50K buy-in. This is a pretty serious deal. This is a pretty big action, and the players play in pairs. So if Gus Hansen acts before the flop, it's Johnny Chan's turn on the flop, and then the cards go back and forth on the turn and river as well. So really fun format, really crazy stuff, and in general, I just think that this is one of those things that I just love watching because I've never seen it before, and it's just exciting to see who will come out on top in this show.
Most players would bet that, I think.
Johnny Chan checks behind.
I like this check by Johnny. He knows Vivek's more of an action player. He was worried that Phil would fold the turn. Johnny reasons that if Vivek has a hand, they'll get a bet on the river, and if Vivek doesn't have a hand, he might bluff.
Well, Johnny's reasoning is right, as Rajkumar bets 8,400.
I guess I'm all in.
And Hansen moves all in.
I'm not sure I agree with this all in. I think maybe they're supposed to just call given the line they've taken. All the other hands they'd value shove the river with are better than ace-ace.
I realized I wasn't playing optimal before.
At least Phil got you into the pot.
Thanks, Phil. I mean, I wasn't.
Big test for Raj Kumar.
Big moment.
Can't afford to be wrong.
I hadn't thought it through, but now I've seen the light.
It's his doubles poker life on the line.
Tens moves in before the flop. I have a 7, so that's one combination of 7s. Exactly pocket 3s, right? Pocket 3s or 6-5. Timeout.
Wow. Oh my God, this is amazing. Vivek Rajkumar, in case you didn't know, one of the smartest players to have ever played, and he's probably also one of the most successful players that you maybe do not know about. By the way, shout out to Sergio, watching from Portugal. I appreciate it. We have North Carolina in the house. I appreciate everyone as always. Let's listen into this discussion between Phil Hellmuth, Mr. 15 Bracelets, Mr. World Champ, talking to Vivek, one of the brightest young minds in poker. I wonder if Phil Hellmuth has some sort of different analysis on this hand based on his type of playing style. So I'm very curious to hear what is going on here.
Almost sounds like he's asking the dealer for permission.
What are we supposed to do? I mean, I feel like you think they're bluffing.
Chan's very crafty. He could easily have
They have
checked
a
something.
7 in our hand. But if they have 10s, I mean, they move in before the flop, you know? Right?
I mean, they might have 3s full.
It's exactly 3s full. It's only 3s full that they lose with. 5-6, you think they don't bluff the turn? I think they bluff the turn sometimes. I feel like they're putting pressure on us.
I feel like they're strong, but I feel like I'm completely happy with you. I don't care. It's completely you. I don't care what you do. I mean, you know. I got 8 points. I don't care.
Anyway, you do have to make a decision now. I mean, you can't.
Oh, isn't it really? Yes, time.
There is.
Take your time.
The clock's 15 minutes. You take your time. All right.
Take your time.
We'll give you 5 more minutes.
Pretty critical decision.
Phil didn't really give him much help.
Yeah, but his instincts were right on. He suspected a slow play. He thinks they're behind.
Carlos, how long should we give him?
One thing that inclines Vivek towards a call is that he put out a blocking bet on the river. That invites a bluff.
You don't have to invite Gus twice.
I think you made the right play.
Come on, show him the stone cold bluff there, Gus. Good for the game.
It's a huge chance for bluff.
That's. I mean, they can bluff every single time. Whatever they have, they can bluff. I mean,
Yeah, but he made some speech about optimal, and then right away I thought he was super strong.
That's what made me fold.
When people talk during a hand, it usually indicates they have it.
That was like a 100% bluff. 100.
The beauty of this format is, and I'll say it again, is that you have two contrasting styles and two contrasting ways of thinking about the game of poker that are now clashing in this format. Vivek and Hellmuth probably about as far apart as possible in a format like this. Let me know in the comments, who would you like to see paired up for a future edition of the Doubles Poker Championship if we are able to bring this show back in some kind of capacity?
Small blind with queen 5. Mortensen wakes up with 2 blackjacks, and he is going to 3-bet this up to 14,500. Mortensen and Seidel, both with 31 points.
The buy-in for this event was $50,000 per player, $1 million up top, so you can 10x your investment because you get $500,000 each for winning this tournament, for a question that I saw on Twitch from Drew Tittle. Oh, we have some fun. Oh, we have jokes. We got to hear the jokes. Let's go back.
If you're re-raised.
Hansen stays aggressive. He raises from the small blind with queen 5. Mortensen wakes up with 2 blackjacks, and he is going to 3-bet this up to 14,500. Mortensen and Seidel, both with 31 points.
That's 10 more.
Action back to Hansen.
I can't help myself. I mean, I just can't help myself. I just can't help myself. I just can't help myself.
That's my man.
Wow.
Going down like a warrior.
Just so you guys know, it doesn't matter what the result will be. Gus Hansen is already mathematically eliminated, and Johnny Chan is the leader, so he can also not be eliminated. He's already going to make the playoffs. What he can do is put pressure on Seidel and Mortensen, who need a few more points to make it through the next round. So they are the ones under pressure here.
That's all I say.
Gotta give credit.
If there's ever any chance the other guy might fold, Gus will use it as an excuse to gamble.
Mortensen put to the test. Hansen obviously playing the points.
What is he waiting for?
He knows that Seidel and Mortensen each have 31 points.
Let's go.
I have overcards, I have undercards, I have in-between cards.
Anytime.
Time? Come on. Seidel's going to say slam dunk. Watch Seidel right now say, come on, Carlos, this is a slam dunk. Let's get it in here, El Matador.
Insane. Oh my God.
What on earth are they considering?
2 jacks. Whatever you say.
No, that's a tough one.
Wow.
Because the other guys are low in chips too. I'm not really sure.
I see
I don't
him.
mind anything you do. But I don't know. I kind of throw it away, but I'm not sure.
Wow, Seidel says, I think we throw it away. So, of course, those are ICM implications that he is considering here. So that is very interesting. So Seidel thinks folding jacks here is the right move because all they need to do is move up one more spot to make the next round in this format.
Now, I know a third-place finish will virtually lock them into the playoffs. But is this really a decision?
Not in my mind. This is a dead call. Surely the worst thing you could do with Jack-Jack would be to raise and then fold.
Wow, come on, go for it, guys.
Even with 35, we don't get in. Okay.
I can't say anything.
You can't say anything. I mean, you're going to get a penalty. You guys got to make a decision. It's not fair.
I don't have to make a decision.
No, but it's like asking you. I mean, it's unfair now. There's other people in the game too. I mean, you just got to make. You had a timeout. Now it's just time to make a decision.
Eric didn't respond.
Yeah,
No,
Eric didn't say
Eric
anything.
didn't
It's
do
all
anything
good.
wrong.
Yeah, and Eric didn't do anything.
But as a team, you guys have got to. The chips are down. You got to make the decision now.
Oh my
it's
God.
time to produce. Either way. Yay or nay?
I think there's some courtesy involved here, Tony, where, somebody's got a tough decision. I think you let him make it.
Eric said I was all class. Give him a moment. In fact, Tony, I don't think that there is a single player in the poker world that's ever said anything negative one time about Carlos or Eric.
No, of course. I didn't say anything negative.
How could you?
I'm just playing the game. That's all. I just.
Oh my God, no
That's
way.
how much Carlos hates to be bluffed.
They folded
It took him
jacks,
an hour
show
to
the
play
queen
down.
5.
Well, first of all, I'm sorry. There's no poker player in the world that hasn't been spoken bad of by other poker players. It's a sewing circle. Second of all, how in the world did he fold jacks?
That is insane. How do you fold jacks there? By the way, chat, let me know. I need the chat pro energy right now. Is folding jacks something that I just didn't see? Like, what is happening here? I don't understand any of it.
That strategy has worked here in the 4th round.
All in?
I'm all in.
Gus's aggressiveness had gone unchecked, but Vivek changed that. Rajkumar and Hellmuth doubled up, but the Great Dane kept his foot on the pedal.
Yeah, Mr. Tilda's all in.
Whether it was push or raise, Gus was making it interesting. It was vintage Hansen, with nothing to lose. No one fought back, so Chan joined in too. The table was paralyzed by the raising.
Okay.
As Hansen and Chan won hand after hand after hand.
Well, they've played it right. The other players are forced to play defensively. They're trying to creep up in the rankings. Gives Gus a great opportunity to play aggressively.
I trapped him with ace
Wow.
jack the other day.
So massive ICM implications here to make it into the next round. Johnny Chan and Gus Hansen are very aware of the situation. Vivek needs some extra points. Both Seidel and Mortensen need some extra points to make it in. And then I believe Phil Gordon already has advanced to the next round, and he's playing with Tony G, who is in the middle of the pack, who also needs a few points. So basically, Hansen and Chan can go all in every hand and pressure the other players, which makes this for quite an interesting match here. Appreciate everyone chiming in. No one is ever folding. Vincent and Pat say ICM, move up the ladder points. It's true. You're talking facts here, but Jacks is a really good spot to double up, and then you're for sure making it into the next round. And sometimes, at some point, you're going to have to go for it. And I believe Jacks is probably strong enough to do something like that with.
Vivek's playing it right. Given that you play the hand in a trappish style, you want to bet out and get value from dominated holdings.
Well, Vivek has induced a bluff from the nut low. Hansen and Chan. Hansen raises it up to 12,400. Back to Rajkumar. And this is exactly what you want. You set this up, right?
Yeah, Hellmuth set the trap perfectly. Vivek's just trying to figure out how to play it. Does he want to just call and get him to bluff on the turn, possibly? Or just push in here and hope that a worse queen or a 9 call?
Shit, there's a deuce out there. I didn't see the deuce.
So awkward. So weird.
I see him.
Kumar almost Hollywooding up a little bit. What? Wow, he mucked.
Phil blows his top. He set the trap. Gus was locked in, and Vivek folded.
You gotta love that.
Phil, good fold. Come on, good fold.
Are you kidding?
Damn.
I mean, he could have queen 8 and think it's good, and he might give us 60,000 more.
Oh my God.
I mean, it's Gus.
We're back in action.
The 7, I love that fold. The queen, the big queen here, it would just right away ship.
Queen 10's a big hand.
It wasn't that big.
This is amazing.
My God.
I mean, it's got to be like 85%.
Please give me I just want one street against this team. That's all I want. And I mean, all I can do is limp in big. Just give me one street.
You might as well just check fold then. I mean, there's no point betting. I just give it another 4,000. You might as well just check.
Wow.
Just give me one street against these guys.
Here comes the limp. Here comes the limp, Vivek.
If I had queens, I might limp, yeah.
10,000.
Raise 10,000.
Chan raises it up to 10,000, and it's almost like the players in this game have figured out that 35 points is what you need to make the playoffs, and none of them want to get eliminated in 4th place.
All right, we're all in.
Action over to Phil Gordon, and Phil Gordon moves all in. Chan calls. The GG team, Tony G and Phil Gordon, are ahead.
Damn.
Big moment here. This is a big moment for Phil and Viv, or for Vivek and for both Carlos and Seidel, because if Phil Gordon and Tony G get eliminated, they make the playoffs, I believe, if my math is correct.
As if a poker player could say one time, a million times. What a flop for Tony G and Phil Gordon.
I like that, huh?
7 deuce ace.
I like it.
Hansen and Chan nearly drawing dead. Now they are drawing dead.
Now they get disappear.
That was a good card. All right, that was a good card.
Everyone's a winner.
Well, so much for your theory about them folding ace jack.
Ace has the best hand we've had.
The action continues here in the Doubles Poker Championship. If you're just tuning in, we are watching old school poker action. This is from 2010. I have never seen this before, and we are on our way to the playoffs here on today's show, and that means that next week we will see who will win $1 million in this game format. If you don't like my talking, if you are more interested in just catching up all the action, you can go to PokerGO.com right now and watch all the action unfold, because this is all on PokerGO, so pretty easy.
They need their 8s to hold up.
Big ones.
So far, so good. Jack, 6, King. Tony G and Phil Gordon in there with the Queen 9. Another King of Diamonds. A lot of outs.
Tons of outs.
Any 10, any Queen, any Jack, or any 9 will do it.
I did the right thing.
Not a king, though. King of Spades will not eliminate Rajkumar and Hellmuth. The check mark next to their name.
They double up once more. And let me remind you guys, go to PokerGo on Instagram and leave a comment on the most recent post that we put up there and put a name in there of a player that you would like to see on the next season of High Stakes Poker. We, of course, are taping more episodes later this year, so please go and do that right now. We are giving away 3 goodie bags for some of the random people that we can draw from the comments, and those include decks of cards and a whole bunch of other fun stuff, and it's all free. So make sure to do that right now. All right, 10s for the G&G team.
Unusual limp by Tony G with 2 10s.
Everybody won a boss class.
Everybody won. I don't see that. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Rajkumar going to limp as well with the ace. Over to Hansen.
Tony's either trying to induce a bluff here by Hansen, or he's thinking there are some situations where it might make sense to fold this hand, given the points dynamics.
Well, we've seen one player already fold pocket jacks. Nothing would surprise me now. Hansen doesn't fall for the trap. He just calls.
You do it in the flat.
Now you hate pocket 10s.
Unbelievable. Now, only you could come up with that play. Like, it's really, I didn't expect you to do that.
8 deuce 9, couple of clubs out there.
Can't ask for a better one than that.
Check.
Seidel and Mortensen with top pair. Tony G and
We're all
Phil
in.
Gordon with the overpair. Gordon is all in.
What'd you say?
We're all in.
I'm out.
Gordon trying to make it look like a draw.
Seidel calls all in.
What is it?
Not gonna like what he sees.
There was no getting away from this hand for Eric Seidel. He only had 7,800 more.
That's the right play for me anyway.
You're gonna call Gus?
I can't actually call.
You made all
It's
that.
very
You made
complex.
fun of all my
If
lips.
they fold, I
You
can't
saw.
call.
You made fun
No,
of
but
all
he
my
should make
lips,
it
Tony.
8,000.
Yeah.
You
It
made
doesn't
fun
matter.
of
If
all
Gus
my
moves
lips.
all in, they're all in too.
You're calling against.
I'm calling against them, but I can't call with Gus and they fold.
Oh, I see what you're
Then
saying.
strategically,
If it goes
they're
all
stuck
in and he
because they're
folds, then you
5.
fold.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, guys, I see what you're saying.
I would
Had
fold. If Gus moves and they fold, I
Yeah, that actually makes sense. That actually makes sense.
Almost everyone on their
They
feet.
don't know you like I know you, Tony.
It was close.
The tension is palpable. 3 of hearts on the turn. Here's the river.
God, they might hit this. The two
I
Hold'em,
think
two
they will.
Hold'em champions
I think
over
they're
there are
hitting
pretty
it.
lucky.
I feel like they're
I'm
hitting
happy for
it.
them to hit it. I really
I
am.
feel like they're hitting it.
It's a 7 of diamonds.
They deserve
And
it.
Seidel and Mortensen go up in
That was
flames.
disgraceful. That was
Great news for
disgraceful.
Tony G and Vivek. Both of them needed a third place.
Worst case scenario for Mortensen and Seidel. They never recovered from folding jacks, and now they'll sit on the sidelines when the playoffs begin. Pretty amazing considering Carlos Mortensen had 31 points after 2 matches.
Wow. All right, so that was the big moment here of this heat. I expect this to go fast now, as it seems as though Vivek and Tony G are now safe to make the next round. We also know that Hellmuth has already been eliminated along with Gus Hansen, and both Johnny Chan and Phil Gordon have already qualified. So Vivek and Tony G are the only ones who this really matters for, and of course, they seemingly now have enough points, but we'll have to wait and see until the last heat is played out to see who actually made it into the playoffs. By the way, don't forget to smash the like button if you enjoyed the content. Follow us on Twitch and like us as well on Facebook. We have 2 of these shows every single week, every Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and it's just a fun hangout. We watch some old school stuff, we hang out, we have some fun with it, and have a good time in general. All right, let's see what happens here with the queens and the ace-4.
Partner so far.
All right, I'll take my time out.
Okay. Okay. How unlikely is that? I've been partnered with Gus, Johnny, and
I really don't care.
I don't give a
It's the ace 4.
I know some of that, yeah.
Yeah, so should we just
That's
go?
right.
Was there really any doubt? Quick call from Tony G.
Wow.
Cards are on their backs.
That's one good
Well,
one.
almost.
Whoa! I got totally scared for a second.
I wasn't scared. I knew he wouldn't call a timeout if he had a big hand. I mean, it's all right.
These are some messy stacks over here.
I mean, we're due to win one, but I don't think we're going to do it.
Not much confidence from Gus. Jack 9-7.
Even the straight doesn't help us for a tie.
4 livens it up a little bit.
7 of spades on turn. Hansen and Chan, who dominated the early part of this match, are 1 card away from elimination.
Ace from space. That's what you need, Huck.
I really didn't like their push with ace-4.
Full house.
Queen of clubs on the river. Fills up Tony G and Phil Gordon, and they win the pot, eliminating Chan and Hansen.
Good game, Gussie.
Chan finishes with 64 points, which leaves him in first overall. Gus, well, not so much. Chan will be part of the semifinal team with the most starting chips. Lacey is with Johnny and Gus now.
All right, no interest here in this interview. Let me just give some shout outs. I see Todd, Kev, Evan, Ryan, Nikki, and Gazelle still with us here in the chat on Facebook. I see Jess, Brick, Pat, Aaron, Vincent, the Jeff. I see Neha in the chat on YouTube, and it is awfully quiet on Twitch. Please, gentlemen, wake up, people, wake up. I appreciate you guys watching as always, and Big Squirrel Nuts is on Twitch as always. I appreciate that. I've already gone. Man, I'm getting lit over here. 2 cans of strawberry sparkling water. It's really been a great morning here with you guys watching the action. For Matt Axe, who's asking, what is this? This is the 2010 Doubles Poker Championship. We are watching it because I've never seen it before. We're just having some fun with it, and we are about to find out who is going to make the playoffs in this format. It was a $50K buy-in back in the day and $1 million first prize. The top 16 point getters are making it into the next round. There were 32 total players, so we're going to lose half the field by the end of this episode. And then next week, we're going to watch the playoffs as the players are going to be locked in pairings based on the final standings of these first 16 rounds. And then we're going to play for $1 million here at the final table. All right, we have Vivek and Hellmuth heads up against Phil Gordon and Tony G. This is, I believe, good for both Vivek and Tony G, as Phil Gordon has already advanced to the playoffs. Phil Hellmuth has already been eliminated. So I can imagine this being a quick all-in. I can just imagine.
Queen 8 suited, tough hand to play with these stack sizes.
We're all
You
in.
can just limp, you can raise fold, or you can open push. Phil chooses to open push. His play is technically correct. I kind of like the aggressive approach. You can sometimes get Queen 9, Queen Jack, Queen 10, stuff like King 4 through King 9 to fold. King Queen suited should never fold in this spot.
Come on, Hellmuth. What are you doing? This is a snap
The
call.
glasses don't help. Might as well take them off.
Well, you know Hellmuth hates to put that many chips in pre-flop.
I don't know, Phil. You could have like King 10 or King Jack. I guess I'm gonna call it.
Well, he's going to call.
Good call.
Ace 8? Well, Queen 8. Nice.
He has a monster. He has to call.
Look at Vivek.
Good call.
Vivek is like, dude, what?
Rajkumar
Took
in
you so
great
long?
shape.
Of course not.
Fist pump definitely worn at this point.
And the chip lead.
You know, when your dad starts doing something like that, that's when you stop. Queen 9, 3. Both teams pair their queens.
Would
Jack
seem
of
like a club would
like
make it
it.
interesting.
It looked like 10 clubs. Yeah.
Club would make it
That
interesting.
looked like
Yeah,
a
like-
pretty good flop for you guys.
All the money was getting in on this pot no matter what. 'Cause I'm not going to fold Queen 8. If I do anything, I'm going to limp.
How about the 10 of clubs?
Phil Gordon trying to rationalize.
Wow.
That's not bad.
It's a pretty good card for us.
About an ace.
Queen 3, ace. 8 with an 8.
It's a 9 of hearts. And Rajkumar and Hellmuth double up.
Let me walk these over to you, Phil. It's been a while since I've done that.
That's good enough, Phil. Thanks. No worries.
Big double up there for
got a long road
Vivek
back now.
and Hellmuth.
Gordon and Tony G are already locked into the playoffs. Hellmuth, by the way, started this match with only 8 points. If he wins this, he'll finish with 28 points, which will not be enough to make the playoffs. Action on Hellmuth. Couple of 7s. He's going to trap.
You know, I limp sometimes, big Phil.
Gordon doesn't take the bait.
This is a fun hand.
3, Jack 4. Not a bad flop for 7s, only 1 overcard. Pair 4s for Tony G and Phil Gordon. Tony G moves all in.
I call.
Rajkumar calls.
Wow, nice.
Tony moved in thinking his hand was very likely best. He reasoned he was willing to go all the way with that hand anyway. Didn't want to risk giving a free card.
Our Twitch channel is also named PokerGo, so if you want to follow us in all the places, it's just PokerGo all around.
Didn't do anything wrong.
Well, more outs for him.
Of course, we need to have some outs. This would be fun if we could win
A
this.
deuce, a
just to
5,
get
or a
back
4.
2, 4, 5.
That would be more exciting, right?
in. Yeah, you'd be
I'd be
happy with
excited.
that too. Come on.
I wouldn't be that
prefer to
happy,
just
no.
end it, personally.
10 of spades, not going to do it
King, guys.
for Gordon and
Hold
Tony
on.
G.
Too good.
Big turn of events for Vivek Rajkumar on the brink of not making the playoffs to a solid 51 points. Tony G and Phil Gordon are in, while Carlos and Eric will check out the action from the rail. Up next, the conclusion of the regular season. 15 matches down, 1 more to go. 4 players must win or they're out. Lock, block, chew, and the always entertaining Antonio Esfandiari.
All right, we are getting into match 16 of the Doubles Poker Championship. Let me know what your favorite pairings are as soon as they show on the screen. This is the final round for players to make points. We have Andy Block and Nick Schulman. Let me know in the chat if that's your team. Let's see who else is in here. We have David Chu and Phil Locke playing as well. That's also one of the teams that needs a lot of points to advance. So we have Howard Lederer and Greg Mueller. They both are somewhat close. I think Greg only needs 4 more points to advance. And then we have Galfond and Esfandiari. That's going to be my team for this match 16. It is going to be Galfond and Esfandiari that I am rooting for. Lacey Jones doing the introductions. It gives me one more chance to tell you guys all about our giveaway on PokerGo Instagram. Leave a comment on our most recent Instagram post with who you would like to see on High Stakes Poker in our next season. And we will do a random draw to give away 3 prize packages with some PokerGO swag. So all you have to do is follow us on the page, give the photo a like, and comment on that photo. All right, let's see what happens here in this final round before we get to the playoffs, which we will be showing next week here on this very show. By the way, don't forget to like this video. It would be really cool if we could hit 100 likes on YouTube. It would be really, really cool. I would really appreciate it for all this effort that I'm putting in to making this an entertaining show. By the way, Ace King here for Chew and Lock. Let's listen in on this first hand.
He's going to raise it up to 2,500. Lederer not going to play the King 9. Over to Galfond and his 7s. He's going to call.
See you soon, kid.
Ace Queen for block. Possible 3-bet?
Yeah, but a raise would be aggressive. You'd only want to do it if you were willing to play for all your chips.
But he's going to raise it up to 11,000.
Wow, big hands clashing
Back
here.
over to Chew.
Time out.
Timeout. Thank you.
Let me look.
Chew taking a timeout, but we're pretty sure he'll go with it.
He's gonna make the wrong decision, so you know.
Not much to talk about. I can't see the hand.
Yeah, a lot at stake here. They want to talk it over. Each team gets 1 30-second timeout.
I'm not sure. Shut it. Huh? Shut. Huh? Yes, I agree. I think he got either 2 jacks or 2 tens. We're going to gamble with it. He might even have ace queen suited. We need the points. Yeah.
That's cute. That was cute, guys, with the hand around the back.
Oh, we're buddies, you know?
David has to win this match, but you can't win without gambling.
Now he's going to think. I told him it's up to him in the end. Oh.
He's going to put the pressure on me.
I said he can do whatever he wants.
Can't imagine them doing anything but putting all the chips in.
We need the point.
They need the points.
And he says, we need the points. He pushes all his chips in there. He raises all in. He and Locke in the same boat. Galfond folds. Back over to Block.
I don't think Block would ever 3-bet fold with a hand like this. He's going to call.
Time out.
I can look, right?
Yeah, you can look.
Or you can just trust them.
Wow.
I think he was much more excited before when he made the raise.
That's the hand I thought you had. That's brutal.
Yeah. I mean,
Feels like he has 2 jacks to me. You have an ace.
Yeah.
Thus making it less likely that he has the ace king. I'm my expert.
I mean, for you, I mean, for you, it matters.
I'm with it. I think it's a call for you. I mean, it's very close, but feels like a race to me. I don't think he takes a timeout with ace king. I don't think. You know, it could be a Hollywood with kings. I think he has jacks or tens. Let's go. Let's gamble. Yeah.
Wow, they're going for it. They're going for it. Big all in.
Okay, we all agree. Let's gamble.
Wow, if Nick agrees.
2 tens, baby.
Yeah, we're racing.
Oh, no.
Well, it's a healthier race than I thought.
Plan B.
Okay, split pot on the way.
Power. That's what I told him. That's what he had.
Ace queen or
timeout.
You said that's what he had, Chewy? Ace queen or a pair. Damn it, Chew. That's why he's on my team.
Huh?
We gotta have it hold up. I had ace queen recently, and it held up.
Both
so we want now the favorite hand to hold up. I know you know that, but this is like.
Anybody have a queen?
Sucking out is easier than holding up.
Oh, there's a queen in the doorway. 8-6 queen.
Wow, huge.
So far, it's a good call.
So there's really only 2 kings left. You had a king? You had a king? Well,
Now it's so brutal
kings.
that we know they had a king. Now we can't win.
Well, we got 2 hands in.
Deuce on the turn.
No hearts. Yeah, we covered that base.
You didn't even get to play.
Wow. We didn't get to play him.
The Unabomber on his feet needs a king. Not gonna come. Jack of diamonds.
That's what it looks like.
All right, they are eliminated. As far as my math is concerned, Phil Locke and David Shu eliminated from the program. This means that Nick Schulman is now for sure in the next round, and it also means that Andy Block is still alive. He needs a win, however, to make it into the next round, so still plenty of action to come here on the Doubles Poker Championship from back in 2009 or 2010. Old school action either way, and it's just going to be a three-pair battle here. Mueller and Howard, and then we have Phil Galfond and Antonio Esfandiari. Ace King again. Big hands all around here on the show. Let's see where this one goes.
Still need the win, though. A second-place finish for Mueller will be enough to ensure him in the playoffs.
Very tough to play pocket sevens in this spot. You either decide to call and play passively, or you 3-bet with the intention of calling a 4-bet.
Sevens are hot, though. We've seen a lot of ace-king. We've seen a lot of sevens.
I think sevens are a strong holding here. I think you want to 3-bet and try to get it in.
Now, if you're 3-betting here, you're never folding to a 4-bet shove?
In general, no. If you would fold to a 4-bet, then you should just call before the flop.
We're all in.
And the MIT genius says we're all in.
It was a quick all-in as well. Not much doubt.
Oh, timeout.
Nope. How did I know? I pre-called the timeout, Dr. Lederer.
Let me see. I'm gonna guess like pair between 6s and 10s.
Might as well turn him up.
Now, Lederer would always call this 4-bet if he were playing his own money, but he wants to let Mueller make the decision.
This is your decision. It's obviously a close decision, and it's more important to you than me. So,
We got
we can go
10,000
back and you can
invested.
decide, literally. We have 11 on that.
Say we fold.
Okay, no, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Raise folding.
This was a very gentlemanly timeout for Howard Lederer. He would have preferred to call there, and he gets 5,000 for a win, but he left it up to his teammate, who needs a second place.
Big pot for Block and Schulman. Such a fine line between chip accumulation and survival, especially in this format of doubles poker.
Tons of ICM implications here on the final heat of the Doubles Poker Championship. I think everyone wants to move up at least one more spot to feel safe.
Lederer on the button with ace-8.
Interesting fold there.
What? How can you fold that?
Lederer reasons that ace-8 not good enough to call a 3-bet, so he doesn't even bother getting in the pot.
Lederer and Mueller clearly playing a survival mode of poker.
Hello, Nick.
Hello. How are you?
We'll see after the flop.
No reason for Lederer to play that mode. He's just doing it to be polite to his teammate.
Interesting flop, 10, 10, 8. Both teams flop an up and down straight draw. Block and Schulman with the best of it right now.
How much is this?
Esfandiari leads out for 4,400.
44.
And the takeover, Nick Schulman raises it up to 12,500.
You really don't want to see this if you're in Antonio's position. He should only be willing to go with this draw if he thinks Schulman is bluffing some of the time.
I guess now would be a good time to use our timeout, you know? Timeout.
What do you know about Nick? I mean, he's tough, but...
I feel like should be.
Yeah, I don't think we can't call.
It's either ship or fold.
I'm scared about a bigger draw, but shipping can't be bad. Like,
he also knows that you're gonna raise. He also knows I'm gonna fall through.
Exactly.
If he had an 8, I think he would just call.
Yeah.
So either has a 10 or a 11.
Yeah.
Call?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. I hope you all have a nice day. All right, let's go.
Call.
Wow.
Whoops.
Antonio pushes. Schulman quickly calls.
That's not good.
That's not good.
Is that 7-9?
About as good as it can be. Nice.
I'm feeling like
Good call.
Thank you. I knew it.
Schulman calls with a draw, and he's way ahead. And even more so now, 3 clubs on the board. Block and Schulman, the only club in their hand. 5 of spades, not going to help.
Nice hand, boys.
Good game, guys.
Wow, we're heads up.
Galfond and Esfandiari are out in 3rd place.
All right, I think this means that Esfandiari is now officially eliminated from the program. Phil Galfond already had 55 points, so he definitely, or he has 55 points now, so he's definitely into the next round, and now we're heads up. Andy Block needs a win to make the next round. For Howard Lederer, it doesn't matter, and I think that with these amount of points, Greg Mueller is also safe to make the next round. So most of it is now up for grabs for Andy Block. I also think that Schulman is safe at this point.
The other 3 players are locked in.
Oh, yes. I could have just listened to Tuckman.
Oh, but the top 2, once it's heads up, but both advance.
I'm wearing a Whoop. It's a tracker thingy.
10,000 for the table too.
Schulman going to raise on his button.
And
Mueller gonna call.
they do swap control of the hand on every street, so it goes back and forth multiple times.
King, ace, 9, rainbow board. Nothing there for either team. That's not going to stop him, though. Andy Block puts 5,000 in.
Howard reasons that queen high is very likely good. He calls.
Well, if they thought queen high was good before, it's only improved. Another ace on the board makes it less likely your opponent would have an ace.
A really fancy play would be to check call here.
Well, he's going to lead out. They bet 11,000.
I like this play. When you call with the queen 8, you're calling in part because you think you're very likely to have the best hand. A side benefit is that your opponents will put you on a king or a 9.
Kind of a float out of position here, huh?
Exactly, and Greg thought he was better off just taking it down right there. He opened himself up to a bluff, but he thought it was unlikely.
With that hand, Lederer and Mueller take the lead. And they are one step closer to those all-important 20 points and, of course, $10,000 to the winning team. Mueller going to raise it up with king, 3 of diamonds. That's a lot of ladies.
Good acting job here by Schulman.
How do you play the queens? Do you slow play it? Or do you put the raise in right away?
I think you put in a small raise and hope they jam on you.
Well, he does raise. I don't know if that qualifies as a small raise. Still might get what he wants, though.
I'm all in.
And he is all in.
Call.
Quick call from Schulman.
There it is.
Big smile for Andy Block. 194,000 chips in this pot.
Stronger than I thought.
This is pretty much going to do it.
I don't mind the push by Mueller. Mueller had been playing excessively tight throughout this match, but now he's got second place. He might as well take advantage of his tight image to make a move like this. Unfortunately, the timing was bad.
I think we have them covered. Really? Yeah, we just need a little king ball.
That's all we need.
King ball is all they need to end
Andy
it.
Block definitely does not want to see a king ball. Oh, it's ugly.
Wow, there's the king.
Sick.
Sick indeed. Block and Schulman need a queen or running cards, or they are out. And remember, Andy Block needs a win, or he's eliminated. 6 of clubs on the turn. Only a queen will help Block now. Andy Block paid $50,000 to get into this tournament, and he is down to his final card. Needs a queen. Not going to come. It's a 3 of hearts. Pour a little salt in that wound as Lederer and Mueller fill up, eliminating Andy blocked from the Doubles Poker Championship.
All right, that is it. We are down to our playoffs. We are down to our final 16 players here on the Doubles Poker Championship. I hope they show the final standings, and there they are. Johnny Chan will now be paired with Eric Lindgren for the remainder of this event, and you can see that these pairings are, going down the list. Howard plays with Phil Gordon, Phil Galfond plays with Annette, and Greg Mueller plays with Vivek Rajkumar. By the way, are these like the perfect matchups? Like Howard and Phil Gordon, old school guys. I don't like Howard Lederer, but still old school guys paired up. Johnny Chan and Eric Lindgren, that's a bit of field player-esque. Phil Galfond and Annette, probably the two best players in this entire event, are now together. Greg Mueller plays with Vivek. That is interesting as well. And then we have the lower half of the final standings before we get into the playoffs. We have Nick Schulman playing with Andrew Lichtenberger, Tony G with David Benyamine, Huck Seed with Alan Cunningham, and then we have a little bit of extra here on the bottom.
While Phil Ivey, Chris Ferguson, and Toto Leonidas will play a fast-paced shootout to break their tie. 2 will advance, 1 will go home. Notables missing the cut, Mattisau, Hansen, and Tom Dwan.
All right, so that means that Toto Leonidas, Chris Ferguson, and Phil Ivey will play a 3-handed sit-and-go, basically all ICM-based, to see who will advance to the next round to play with the other player still remaining in that format. So come back next week as I will watch more Doubles Poker Championship action. We will get into the playoffs. We will get into the final stages of this event. And, of course, then we'll know who will win the $1 million top prize in this format. For now, I have a few more things here. Go to PokerGO on Instagram. Enter our giveaway, our free giveaway. If you leave a comment on who you would like to see on High Stakes Poker on our most recent post, you will be entered into a random draw to win some PokerGO swag and some goodies. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, do all that good stuff. And then I'll be back on Thursday night at 8 p.m. with another show. Maybe some doubles poker, maybe some cash game action, maybe some tournaments. Also, feel free to let me know in the comments what action you would like to see most here on the channel on our YouTube page. By the way, tomorrow on YouTube, we have the Daniel Negreanu, all the lowlights, all the big losing pots that he goes through on High Stakes Poker. That's going to be a fun compilation. And then on Friday, we have the Big Blind airing on YouTube and Facebook. That's going to be a fun show to watch as well. For now, that's the end of the show. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Be safe, be happy, be healthy, and I'll catch you guys on Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Don't miss out.